This, ladies and gentlemen, is your everyday face. This is what you need. This is the tutorial that you have been waiting for, so you're welcome. Hey beauties, thank you for clicking on my video. It's Iamkaetee, and if you clicked on this video, it's because you want to know how to do your everyday face. So let's get started. I promise to make this very thorough and simple as I can for my girls who don't know much about makeup. So first you want to start off with a primer. You want to hydrate your face. You want to prime your face. You want to, you know, just set a good foundation for your makeup to sit on. If you like a more glowy look, you will go with a glowy primer. If you like a matte look, you will find a matte primer, which is like the dry look. You know, if you want your skin is dry, you definitely need to hydrate. If your skin is oily, you still need to hydrate, but you need to make sure that you have like a matte primer so that your skin doesn't continue to be oily. So that's just how the primers kind of work. I mean, it's a lot more, but we're just going to keep it simple for the sake of the video. So I'm taking my hydrating primer from e.l.f. I put it on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to rub this into my skin because I always have to hydrate. I learned that my skin was oily because it was dry, and it was creating its own oils to, you know, help the dryness. So that was something I learned about my personal skin. Now everybody's skin is different, so you know, you got to work with your skin and see, you know, how your skin reacts to different things. So I am happy to please that my skin isn't as oily as it used to be, but it's still more on the oily side versus the dry side. So I always make sure I hydrate. Another primer I like to use is the One Size Secure the Blur. I also love to use Laura Mercier has two good primers that I love. I don't have any more of them right now, but they have a hydrating and a matte primer that I would definitely recommend to anybody. But so I'm gonna go with my Secure the Blur from One Size. I actually love One Size. Like Patrick Star did his thing with that brand. I love it. So I focus a lot on my T-zone because that be the oily spots. But you know, you kind of want to spread it through the face. And this just makes the makeup looks like a filter. Like this primer gives, it's called Secure the Blur. So it's going to give you that soft, like Paris kind of effect, you know? Like make your skin looks like you just had a filter on your face. So you want to definitely rub in these primers. You can use your hands if you want to. I'm just so used to using the brush because of client. And then you want to let your primer sit on your face for a minute, right? While you do that, I go ahead and I do my brows while my primer is sitting. So I'll take my translucent powder. The one I'm using today is Ben Nye Colorless Neutral Set Powder. And I actually just put it in a different tube. Laura Mercier, of course y'all know, is a great translucent powder. And one of my other favorites is the One Size translucent powder. So I haven't got into the colors like the honeys or like, you know, stuff like that. I always stick with translucent just because it's very versatile, and I am a makeup artist, so I be needing it for like different, you know, skin tones and colors. So I set my brows with my setting powder like I just did, and then you want to brush them up and down on the end. So up and down. When it comes to the brows, I mainly say like 3 steps, which is like make a line under the bottom, make strokes going up, and then fill it in. Like those are my 3 steps when it comes to brows. Of course, you know, you gotta, you know, play with it here and there, but it's as simple as that. So you want to make a line. See my line? It just kind of gives the base or foundation for my brow. And then do the strokes up. And then you want to fill the rest in. So you want to create a line at the top as well. And then just fill in the rest as you like go with the shape. Now follow the shape of your brows. Now everybody, I know brows is different, so you want to kind of feel where your brow is kind of already going, and then you can do moderations from there. And then you just want to brush through. Like that. Very simple, especially with a pencil. So again, you do a line. Strokes up and then fill it in. If you have thicker brows, you don't have to do as much. You literally just have to fill in where you think is needed. I love my clients with fuller brows because it makes my job a lot easier. And then you just kind of want to make your brow as big, as little, or however you want it. I like to drop mine down in the front a little more. So I'm gonna just kind of fill that bottom end just a little bit more. Okay, so then you want to go into your concealer. Now you know the rule, get a concealer two tones lighter or however it might go. Totally up to you and your discretion. Do not get something that's super bright though to go under your brows. I mean, unless that's the look you're going for. But if we're talking about an everyday face, you know, you don't want to go that bright. But for me to always play it safe, I go for my Holy Grail, my Old Faithful, the concealer I know I can depend on, which is the LA Pro Girl concealer. You just can't go wrong with this concealer. And I'm using the color Toffee. So you want to take a concealer brush. You want something flat and something that you can be very precise and on point with. Your concealer brush, you want to go ahead and take some concealer. Now I try to put mine on the side like this. See, like it's on the side because I know I have to, you know, go that way. So I go right into it. I go straight for the, you know what I'm saying? Like I start in the middle some way, somehow. And very carefully, you want to carve out your brow. And this is a chance to get the shape, the exact shape you want for your brows. You do it with the concealer. And you make it very precise. You don't need a lot of concealer to conceal your brows. However, you need more concealer on the tip, if that makes sense. Like, let me show y'all. See how I did that one with the consistency kind of thick on the tip. I'm gonna show you without a thick consistency what it would do. All right, you can see the difference. You see how this one is way more sharp and this one is kind of like it's not as sharp. It's because I didn't have enough concealer, if that makes sense. I hope it's like really showing because it really makes a difference. So let me clean it up with thicker concealer now, like on the tip. Now you see the difference? It's a little bit more sharp and precise, and it just looks better. It looks clean, it looks right, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing with like concealing your brows. And whenever I mess up, I just take my flat brush and then I kind of like would go over my brow like this. Like clean it up. From wherever concealer I kind of went either too far, you know, however it goes. So I use my flat brush for that. Or, you know, when I use my dip brow, yeah. when I use my dip brow, that's what it's for. But I also use it to clean up whenever I mess up my concealer. So when it comes to the top of the brow, you have to know how you are holding your brush as well, because like I say, I put it on that tip to go under, because I know I have to go under like this, so I know which side of the brush to put most concealer on. Like I don't just drown my brush in concealer. Okay, but when it comes to the top, I go like this and I go like this, you know. So I know like how I hold my brush, so this time I'm going to put the concealer in the right spot for me to, you know, go in the right direction with the concealer. So I put my concealer on and then I'm turning my brush because I'm going this way. And when it comes to concealing the top of your brow, I believe like you get it in line and then you kind of just go all the way with it. You see how I kind of like in the front, I was trying to like make sure like, okay, this is where I'm gonna go, this is where I'm gonna go, and then you just take it. And then after you've taken it, you know, did like one stroke, you can go back and kind of clean it up. And then I always kind of do like this in the front of my brows, just so that like the hairs that are in the front of my actual brow will kind of peek through, and then it'll look more natural and look more like a brow. That's just like one of my little things I do. The other side, I know I have to go this way, so instead of flipping it, I'm flipping my arm. I'm going up in the front and then up from the bottom. I kind of want to go up more in here. I feel like this is a little bit thicker than this one, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just take my concealer and go higher on the end. So boom, that will be the eyebrow tutorial. I hope it helps, because that is the eyebrow tutorial. Now that we have our brows done and our face primed, I like to go ahead and set my whole face with setting powder. Something I've been doing for about 2-3 years now, and it's literally something I cannot not do. Like I have to do this when I do my makeup. So going in with my setting powder, I'm taking a brush. Sometimes I use a more fatter brush than this one, but this is my setting powder brush. And then I set in those areas where I know I will be oily, which was definitely my T-zone. The middle of my forehead, because y'all know it be getting so shiny right here for no reason. And then I kind of like to set under my mouth and like on my smile lines, because y'all know them smile lines now, they don't be playing. And then you kind of just want to go through the rest of the face, like not too heavy, but you definitely want to set it, especially if your skin is oily. This is the trick for you. If you have dry skin, you can skip this part. I don't think you need to do this. If you have oily skin, this is where you need to go. Okay, so after you've done that, then it's time to apply your foundation. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes. It is by e.l.f. and the name on it says Ultimate Blending, but it looks like this. It's fluffy. I love this brush. Okay, and then you want to take your foundation and you want to pat it on your face like I'm doing now. Pat it and keep patting it. Like pat it around to cover up. You see how it's giving? I'm using Huda Beauty foundation, y'all. It has become my new fave. I also love Juvia's Place. Maybelline is always a good one. The best one yet, I believe, is Estee Lauder. I'm not gonna lie, I had the foundation one time in my life and I'll never forget it, because that's how much of a difference it made on my, like I was like, wow, like this foundation is bomb. But I don't have it right now, so You just want to keep patting on your foundation. And I kind of do a little rub up under here just to blend it a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, I love Huda Beauty foundation though. Like, I think I love it because it's not as oily as most foundations. Like, I feel like most foundations are so oily, but if you could tell, like, this foundation, it is not oily, and I love that. Now that the foundation is officially applied, we're gonna go ahead and start with our concealer under our eyes. So take whatever concealer you prefer for your under eyes. Some people like it to be like one color, some people like it to be lighter, some people like it to be just a little bit brighter. So it's up to your discretion. And then you just wanna put it under your eyes. Like, you can put it to here if you like the look where your face kinda snatches upward this way. I think that helps. However, personally, I like to keep mine on the inner parts of my face. And depending on the look as well, y'all know I be doing all kind of looks, so I kind of switch it up from here and there. But this is like my normal. And then you want to like dot these this line down your nose. It doesn't have to be perfect. You definitely want to get the corners of your mouth, because y'all know that little black, it be like dark right there. You don't want that. So you want to get the corners of your mouth, and then you kind of want to go on your chin. And then you also want to do like your forehead in the middle. And these are just spots to highlight, like normal. Like, this is like probably what 99% of makeup artists highlight at. Now, some people go extra, some people, you know, might tone it down for a different look, or, you know, however. But this is the standard. Like, this is like duh, you know. And then you want to take a beauty blender. It is damp, it's not wet, so no water will squeeze out of it, but it's damp, it's not dry. And then you want to just blend. And when you're doing this, you're patting, not too hard, not too soft, but you're just patting to blend. Like, don't try to rush it, it's going to blend on its own. You just have to keep patting. And I take this like into my smile line. You can hear the dampness. And then you want to blend this line down your nose and blend your forehead. For some concealers, because it depends on what concealer you're using, some concealers, they dry fast, so you have to like put it on and then blend, you know. Some of them don't dry as fast, and some of those you want to keep on, because the longer you let them sit, the more coverage and kind of thicker they become. So if you let your concealer sit for a minute, it will have more coverage. That's just you know, a heads up. If you have like, if you feel like your concealer is a little thin or like runny, go ahead and let it sit for a minute or two, and then blend it out. And I promise you, it's going to be way more thicker, and it's going to have a lot more coverage. So you want to blend this up under your eyes. And on the sides of your nose. And then I take the back of my beauty blender and kind of blend in between my concealer and my foundation, so that I can, you know, blend those parts out, and it won't be like dark light, you know. It's kind of like fading into each other, you know. You won't be able to just see like where I stopped with the concealer. And you just kind of want to blend everywhere with the back of your beauty blender. Now, because this is a simple face, what you also would like do is take the concealer that you was using on your hand or whatever, like whatever's left, and you kind of just want to pat it on your lid just to blend it, you know, like just to blend the concealer from the brows, you know, and the foundation. You know, you just want everything to kind of blend. So you'll do that. Now notice I didn't like put the concealer on my eyes. I just kind of used whatever was left or lagging behind and use that to kind of, you know, cover my lid. I feel like something in my eye, y'all. Hold on. Yeah. So you just, you know, take the whatever's left and just blend on your lid. I usually do cream contour my nose, but for the sake of this video and because it's a beginner friendly video, I'm not. We're just gonna now set our face. Now, you can use a brush or a beauty blender to set your face with your powder. I'm going to show you with a brush and I'm going to show you with a beauty blender. So with the brush, you take some on your brush. You want to, like, you know, take the excess off, maybe dip again, take it off again, and then you just want to sit it under your eyes. Like, I'm patting. I'm like literally like picking up my brush and putting it down, like patting, to set that concealer. And you kind of want to go everywhere you put concealer. Now with the beauty blender, you'll take it in there, just like that, you know, dust it off too, and then you press. Press, press, press. Cut it, don't move, press. And you just press everywhere you want to set it. And even do your lid. And then don't forget to do your nose. You kind of want to keep that line small because you want to give the effect that you have contoured your nose, which we are going to contour with our nose, but you know, you want to keep the silhouettes going. Okay, so once you set your face with your powder like this, see how it's looking all seamless and just whoosh. I love it. You want to go ahead and take your brush for your contour. So for my contour, I'm going to be using the Black Radiance Soft Focus Effect in the color Milk Chocolate. Now with this, you want to get some on your product like that. Notice how white it was at first and how it's not now. And then you want to contour. Now when you contour, you can either do this little trick that everybody be doing, like, and you can follow that. However, I don't agree with that trick, but it is a way to, you know, where your contour goes. I like to follow my face. Look at my face. I feel like when you do this, you will take it too far down, and I don't want my contour to come in here. That's not what I like. So I take it from like my sideburns, so like not where my ear is, because you can now, you can definitely take it straight across this way. Once again, it's all in your discretion and what you prefer. I take mine more of an angle most of the time. So I go from like not where my ear is, but a little bit above, like where my sideburns would be, and then I take it down, and you can kind of already see it. And in most people's faces, it's like that. Like you already kind of have this already contour going on. You just have to insinuate it. So going from there, I just take it down and try to keep it in this area. I try to keep it here versus here, if that makes sense. So I don't like to bring my contour all the way here. I don't think that's cute. I like to keep it backwards. So from the angle up, and then just kind of keeping it backward and lightly coming forward with it. And you can go as dark as you want. Like I definitely know people who prefer their contour a little darker. It's all in your discretion. And then you want to go ahead and do the perimeter around your face. So you're going to go ahead and do the top of your forehead, which for me works out fine because I have a really large forehead. So contouring it makes it look a little small. And it kind of blends that lace too. Sometimes, ladies, y'all know that lace do not be blending. So go ahead and blend us into them baby hairs and that lace into that powder. And remember, when you highlight it in the center, you kind of want to drag from there so that it blends. And then you want to go ahead, and I like to contour like the bottom of my face like this. It kind of gives me a facelift. Can you see it? I like that. So yes for the facelift. And then we just want to make sure our contour is contouring. Okay, so now you want to take either your beauty blender or your brush, and you want to carve out this contour. So lightly though, like don't do a lot, because I hate for it to still have that mask when you get done, you know. So you want to do it lightly and just kind of like carve it out. See how light that is, but it still is like showing you my contour real lightly, like. And then you kind of want to drag it down too as well, so that that line won't be like, that cast of the line won't just be sitting there, you know. It'll kind of be like blended in. So y'all see how that insinuated my contour, like yes. Now one of my favorite parts is blush. If you don't like blush, you can go ahead and like kind of keep blending your contour up a little bit, not too much, or go in with a face powder and blend it like in between, because I feel like you need something to blend here. I don't know, that's just me, probably because I'm addicted to blush, but that's just me. Now you can use an orange blush. Orange blush will always work. It's very flattering. So I'm gonna go in with this duo blush that you can get from like the beauty supply, and it's one of my favorites. I can't keep up with all these different blush shades, so this one I know works well with my skin tone, and I can always use it no matter what. So I use this one a lot, of course, obviously. And then you just kind of want to go above, like right in this area, like right above, but like, you know, right in that area. And you just kind of want to put your blush on and blend it out like that. You blend it out by doing that, but you put it on by like kind of patting. You see? So you want to pat it on and then blend it out. Okay, now with whatever's left on the brush, you want to just do this, because it gives that a little color in your face. And then I do like the bottom of my chin as well. I didn't add any more blush, I just used whatever was left over, just to kind of give my face a little bit like, you know, color into it. So I'm going to go in with my lighter blush, because I love the idea of a bright under eye and a bright blush under that, you know. So it's like really lighter than the last blush I used, and I use this a little bit under my eyes and kind of bring it back into the first blush, and it just does a nice blend for me. And this is this blush is called Strawberry. It's from Laura Mercier. Okay, and then a lot of times my contour, I go back over it. I don't add any more product, but I do go back over it like this, just to kind of, you know, reapply it in those areas, and so that the blush didn't take over. And then you want to find a small brush, so now we can try and contour our nose with our powder. So I'm going to use this brush. It's not as flat, but it's still kind of in like a rectangular shape, but it's a little more fluffy than like a flat brush. So I'm going to use the same powder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle where my eye is kind of at, and then I'm going to go into like in where that line, the bright line is, and then I'm just going to kind of shade in my contour of my nose. And then you want to bring it up into your eyebrow and kind of blend it. You want to make sure you're using a shade that's not too dark, because you want it to be like a shadow. Can you see the difference? You don't want it to be like a dark line. You want it to be more of a shadow, more of a shade. It insinuates that your nose is smaller. Can you see the difference on each side? Like you kind of see like a shade here, and then it's nothing here. Shade here, and it's nothing here. So I'm going to do the same thing. Taking it in. And then just kind of blending it. And then you kind of want to bring it down. And then that's how you would contour your nose. Like that's the easiest way to contour your nose until you practice, you know, and do it a little better. So we're almost done. Now we can dust off all these powders. So wherever you had powder sitting at, you want to go ahead and dust it off. I'm not gonna lie, I added my moles back because I was like, they don't need to add their moles back unless you do have moles. Then, you know, add your moles back. But I added my mold back, and now I'm just gonna dust off all these powders. And then this is the part where you get you a setting spray, and if you're oily like me, you want to find you a matte setting spray. NYX is my holy grail. I mean, they never did me wrong, so I'm down. So you want to go ahead and spray your face. Yes, I dry on my face. Okay. Setting spray is like the spritz for makeup. However, it does take away that powdery look and kind of gives you back like a skin finish. I think that's what a good setting spray does. Like, it gives, like, now my skin doesn't look like makeup, you know, it looks like more so like skin, like it's bringing the skin back to the surface with the makeup, if that makes sense. You want to get you some lashes, and you want to go ahead and add your lash glue on your lashes. And while the lash glue is on the lashes, I just let my lash glue sit and kind of get a little tacky. So while it's sitting on the lashes, I go ahead and line my lips. And this is my MAC pencil in the color Chestnut. Go ahead and line your lips. And then the lashes should be good to pop on. So if not, give it a little blow. And then you want to go up with the lash and then sit it down. And then push so that you can put it on the rim of where your lash goes. So that's how I put on my lashes. Pretty simple, pretty easy once you like practice. So make sure y'all practice. Don't just try to do this face and go somewhere. Do this face and go nowhere. But remember the steps, and you know, just try to you know, continue to do it. Practice makes progress. So same thing with the other one. Blow it a little bit. I'm going up. I'm looking. Mirror down is really a key to putting on lashes. Put your mirror down and eyelash up, and then sit on them lashes, and then push it onto, you know, the skin. And then you just want to, like, you know, play with it with your finger after the fact so that you know, like, okay, yeah, it's on there. Now you want to go ahead and take your black liner. I want to use this Sephora eyeliner pencil. It's a black eyeliner pencil. You know, you can find one in beauty supply. It's no biggie. And then you just want to take your finger, pull this down, and you want to add your line under your eyes, as thick or as skinny as you would like it. Look at us getting somewhere with his face. Okay, face. I'm gonna go with your highlighter, whatever highlighter you choose to use. I'm using In Light by Danessa Myricks. It is a like golden highlighter, and I'm just gonna use this on my nose. I'm not gonna use it on my face. I'm not really a fan of the highlighter on my cheeks as much these days. So I take a little bit and I put it on the tip of my nose, and then I take it down the bridge real lightly, and then take my finger and kind of like clean it up. I used to put it here, 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 but lately that's not how I do my normal face, so I'm showing y'all what I do. Okay, and after you've done that, you can go ahead with your lipstick, and this is my Marc Jacobs lipstick in the color No Angel. And you're gonna add your lipstick, pat pat, for the best blend. And then I'm gonna go back with another lip liner and kind of line this again. And then you can go ahead and add your gloss. I'm using the No Filter gloss in the color Ice. And y'all know, if you watch my other video, my favorite lip gloss is the 2-Op lip gloss, and only because I just like to use it on top of everything, and only put it in the center. And oh, mascara. Don't forget your mascara. So you want to use your mascara to blend your lashes into the false lashes. So you're not going to just rub it on. You're going to like pat it only at the back where your lashes are. So you're just like literally pushing your lashes into the fake lash, you know, like with the mascara though, so that it's black. Little tip, little trick, or maybe not. And then you want to take the mascara and do your bottom lashes. Now when you do your bottom lashes, you want to be careful, because you don't want to get this all on your face or like under your eye. You just want it to be on your lashes. And it helps to take the tip of the mascara brush and kind of run it through the lashes real quick, and then brush it out with the spoolie. And it's safe to say, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the normal everyday face. Now if you want to go to work every day cute like this, you know, hey, you just want, like, for simple date nights, you know, this look will carry you through. And now you can always add more. You can always add a color on your lid. You can always do longer lashes. You can add more blush. You can add more highlighter. It's totally up to you. But this is my regular, like, I just want to look cute face, you know, like I just want to put on a little makeup and look like something face. Like every day I could do this face. Like no matter what occasion, this face is gonna be perfect. Like you can't go wrong, you know what I'm saying? So this, ladies and gentlemen, is your everyday face. This is what you need when you don't want to book an appointment with a makeup artist. This is what you need, you know. And for everybody's favorite, because all of my clients love this, take you a small brush and then go into your highlighter, or you can use like a bright eyeshadow, a color. You can do anything you want to do, but go into something that's popping, and you want to add it right here in the corners of your eyes. And boom, it just gives it a little more like like razzle dazzle, you know. So that's that. So I hope this video really helps. I hope y'all really liked it. If you want to do more eyeshadow, I have plenty of videos where you can go and get these eyeshadow hacks and looks and techniques, but this was just for a simple face, you know, because I get that a lot. Like I just want to know how to do my face for when I can't come, or when you're not available, or if I'm out of town on vacation. Like this is it. This is the vacation face that you have been waiting for. This is the tutorial that you have been waiting for. So you're welcome. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, put a thumbs up on this video, comment your thoughts below, and practice your face, girl, because you're gonna be cute wherever you go.